Hi everyone, it's Gio for footballbook.ca for week 5 of the 2011 NFL season. Well, I was 1-3 with my ATS picks last week. I sort of zigged when I should have zagged. Oh well, we'll get better. On to this week's picks. Game number 1 has Oakland going to Houston, where the Texans are 6-point favorites at home. Last week, Houston lost big wide receiver Andre Johnson early in the game and still held off a much better Pittsburgh team by a touchdown. I think the same thing is going to happen here. Oakland's not a bad team, but Houston seems to be getting better and better as the weeks go by. Although Johnson will be missed, Arian Foster is back and healthy running the ball for Houston, and that'll be too much for the Raiders. Let's take the Texans -6. Game number 2 has Arizona going to Minnesota, where my Vikings are 3-point favorites at home. In this game, you're going to have to think, is Arizona going to win on the road and Minnesota going to go 0-5? I don't think so. I think the Vikings pick up their first win here. It'll be a squeaker, but 3 points is a low number to pay at home against a team that doesn't really do well on the road. Let's take Minnesota -3. Game number 3 has the Seattle Seahawks going to New York to take on the Giants, who are 9.5-point favorites at home. The Seahawks aren't a bad home team. They usually go about 4-4, but they're an awful road team here. I think the Giants will really give them the business. I think they'll win by at least 3 touchdowns. Let's take the Giants and give up the 9.5 points. And our fourth game has Tampa Bay going to San Francisco, where the Niners are 3-point favorites. Tampa Bay has beaten a couple of pretty bad teams. They've taken care of a very mediocre Atlanta team at home, and then they've beaten a couple of 0-4 teams. My Vikings, one of them, and then on the Monday night game, they took care of the Colts. So they're coming off of a short week. San Francisco is a much better team. They play smash-mouth football. Very good running game and very good defensively. That's a good combination at home. 3 points isn't very much to lay. Let's take the Niners -3. Here are my 4 over-under plays. I was also 1-3 with them last week. 97-yard interception return. Give me a break. Anyways, let's get back to Arizona and Minnesota game for game number 1. The number is 45.5. I don't see very many points being scored there. Let's take under. Game number 2 has Tennessee at Pittsburgh. You've got the team that allows the least amount of points against the team that allows the 5th least amount of points. The number there is 39.5, and let's go under there. Game number 3 is Philadelphia at Buffalo. The number is 50. Both teams can score a lot of points. Philadelphia has a really bad defense. Let's take the over 50 there. And the final game is Chicago at Detroit. The Lions just keep racking it up, both offensively and giving up points. The number's not that bad. It's 47.5. Let's take over. And here are my pool picks straight up. Let's take New Orleans over Carolina, Minnesota over Arizona. Indianapolis will get their first win this week, I believe, against Kansas City. Houston will take care of Oakland. Philadelphia and Buffalo is a tough game for me, but I didn't want to take this against the spread, but I do think that Philadelphia will win straight up. I just don't want to put any money on it. I think Jacksonville will beat Cincinnati. The Jaguars are the ultimate 8-8 team. They seem to win at home when they should and against teams that they should beat, and they seem to lose when they should. They're pretty predictable. I think they'll win here. I think Pittsburgh will hold off Tennessee. The Giants will clobber Seattle, as I said earlier, and I'm taking that as my suicide pick this week. San Francisco will handle Tampa Bay. New England will beat the Jets. San Diego should beat Denver. Green Bay will, I think, have an easier time than most people think against Atlanta. And the Monday night game has Detroit hosting Chicago. I think the Lions will win here. Okay, those are my picks for week 5 of the 2011 NFL season. Good luck with your picks. I'm Gio for footballbook.ca. Let's take the man's money.